What is up, Major Calisthenics team? In this video, I'm going to be showing you the only 5 push-up variations that you need to take your pushing strength to the next level. Let's get into it. The first variation is nice and simple. It is called the standard push-up, and what the push-up primarily targets are your chest, your front shoulders, and your triceps. So this is level 1. I'm going to show you how to do it with correct form, because oftentimes I see people do it wrong. So initial position is you're going to have your shoulders stacked on top of your wrists. We're going to extend our legs back to be in a plank position. Now, a lot of people, they leave their lower back arching like this because they're not engaged in their core. So you want to think about pulling your belly button back up towards the spine, pushing your pelvis down, and you notice how there's no arching in my lower back. This is called a anterior pelvic tilt. We're going to get into a posterior pelvic tilt, meaning that your core and your glutes are always actively engaged. Then we're going to lower down, triceps parallel to the ground, push up, right? Up. And notice how at the top, I'm taking it to the next level by adding a scapular protraction. So I'm going to be pulling my shoulder blades away from each other like that to create a rounded back. And when we do that, it's going to work on the serratus anterior here, which is this muscle that's responsible for pulling your shoulder blades away from each other. So to make the most out of the push-up, 1, posterior pelvic tilt, 2, full range of motion, and 3, protraction. Your breathing for this is very important too. So during the eccentric, so the lowering phase, you inhale, exhale. If you learn how to breathe, you're going to be able to do more reps, improve your endurance, and you're going to fatigue less. So with this variation, work up to be able to do 10 reps for 3 sets. And if you cannot do push-ups on the ground, you can place your hands on an elevated surface to take some load away from your upper body, and you'll be able to do them with full range of motion and build strength in your chest, shoulders, and triceps. Once you are comfortable with standard push-ups and you can do at least 10 to 15 in a row, you can now progress on to doing the diamond push-ups. And what this will do is it will put more emphasis on your triceps, because you're going to be changing your hand positioning. You're going to go from shoulders width to narrow. So connect your index fingers together and your thumb together to create a triangle here. And this will reduce our base of support. You're going to require more core strength and stability, and it's going to put more emphasis on our triceps, because now your elbows are going to have to be tucked in close to your torso. So shoulders stacked on top of your wrists always. Get into a plank position. You go from an anterior pelvic tilt, posterior pelvic tilt, squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes, lower down, tuck my elbows in, push up. Common mistakes I see people do is as they come down, they flare their elbows out. This is going to put unnecessary strain on your rotator cuff. So if you're getting shoulder pain when doing your push-ups, it means you're flaring your elbows out too much. So the ideal position is to tuck your elbows in at around about 45 degrees as you do this exercise. So as I'm coming down, inhale, elbows tucked in, exhale. The next variation is a bit of a fun one, and this is called the staggered push-up. And I've got the name from because you're going to be in a staggered stance, right? Meaning that one arm is going to be in front, the other arm is going to be at the back. And what this will do is it's going to target both the upper and lower chest at a single time. So let's get into a staggered position. So I like to bring one hand in forward, one hand back, right? So I'm going to feel my upper chest working on my right arm, and then I'm going to feel my lower chest working on my left arm, because one is forward, one is back. So we're going to core tight, glutes tight, lower down, up, switch, inhale as we come down, exhale as we go up. And as I come up, I really want to think about squeezing my chest in like this. It's all about knowing how to improve your mind and muscle connection, so that way you can get the most engagement and muscle activation when doing these reps. Work on both sides in a single set. To start things off, you can always do 5 reps on each side. So let's do that together. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I feel that one. 5 reps on each side for 3 sets. The fourth exercise is called the pike push-ups. This will target your shoulders because you're going to be placing your body in a V shape, and it's going to put more load onto your shoulders. So this is a great exercise for those who want to build shoulder strength, build strength for the handstand and also the planche. So we are going to get into a push-up position. I'm going to walk my feet in towards my hand to create an inverted V. Now you notice how my head is poked out like that at the moment. We don't want that. We want to push through the shoulders, tuck my ears in between my shoulders, and I'm going to go onto my tippy toes to load more of my shoulders. As I come down, I'm going to inhale, bring the elbows in towards my torso, nose touch the ground, push up, tuck my ears in. So let's do this for 3 more reps. 1, 2, 3. So that's what a good form looks like. Let's talk about the common mistakes. Number 1, flared elbows. When you flare the elbows, you're gonna use less activation from your triceps. It's gonna make the exercise much more harder. And also it's going to irritate your rotator cuff. So what a flared elbows look like. Yes, like that. You see how my elbows are kind of pointed out? And even doing that demonstration, I can feel it a little bit in niggles in my shoulders. So always keep your elbows tucked in close to your torso to recruit your triceps and really target your front shoulders. The next one is the trajectory. When people go down, they go down in a diagonal position, which is great, but they come back up, vertically up, like a push-up. So let me show you. So this is the wrong form. Okay, so they come down in diagonal position. This is okay, but then when they push up like that, right? Whereas the pike push-ups, you come down diagonal, you push back up in a diagonal position to put more load on your shoulders, because in the wrong demonstration, you're going to target more of your upper chest, which is what you don't want when doing pike push-ups. So from the bad form like this one, no, we want to do it diagonal, diagonal, tuck my ears in between my shoulders. So do this between 5 to 10 reps for 3 sets. And once this gets easy, you can put your feet on an elevated platform so that your hips become stacked on top of your shoulders and wrists. And this is going to further load your shoulders. The 5th and final exercise I'm going to be showing you is called the pseudo planche push-up. This will pretty much predominantly load your shoulders because you're going to be leaning forward over your wrist, so that way more emphasis will be placed on your shoulders. So when starting off, we want to place your feet against the wall, just so that you don't lose the lean. I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to rotate our wrists outwards 45 degrees, just so that we can have more range of motion when we're leaning forward. Okay, so I'm going to get into a push-up position, rotate my wrists outwards, bring my hands back a little bit. I'm going to lean forward. You see how I'm in a protracted position? Oh, I'm getting cramped. Oh. Right, so I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to externally rotate my elbows, protract, push my bum down, and you see how my shoulders are in front of my wrist. This is not the optimal position. The optimal position is to have your wrists in line with your shoulders, but we're going to start off in a beginner's variation. So I'm rounding my back, protract, lower down, and then push up. My feet is against the wall because when we lean forward, we'll have that stability from the base here, and then we won't lose the lean. Remember, hands out 45 degrees, elbows externally rotated forward, round your back, protract, shoulders comes down, push up, and then when I get to top, I protract. So notice how as I come down, my shoulders will come down in a line, and then it will get back up in a line. Whereas if you don't have this behind you, you're gonna lose that lean, right? So let's say I don't have that. So let's say I don't have that behind me. I'm gonna go forward and then I'm gonna push back like this. I'm gonna lose the lean. So we always wanna maintain the lean, protract. When your shoulders come down, it comes down in that line, it goes back up in that line. So we're gonna do 5 to 6 reps for 3 sets. And we're gonna take it slow. As you get stronger, you can move your hands closer towards your waistline. This is the ideal position. This is gonna put a lot of load on your shoulders. That's the goal. There you have it, my major calisthenics team. You've got 5 push-up variations, and those are the only ones that you need. That's all I've ever practiced pretty much from the age of 16, so back in 2016, up until now. Less is more. So if you found this video useful, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing so that way you can come back for more videos like this one. And if you'd like to be personally coached by me, I'll leave a link down below to my website for you to check out what options would be best for you. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video.